Major Music.
So recently, I would say probably in the last 6 months or so, probably should have been longer to be honest with you, I've been thinking about upgrading the camera that I was using to shoot a lot of my content. And the camera that I was shooting on originally was a Canon T2i. As of me shooting this video today, the Canon T2i is actually a 9-year-old camera. I actually upgraded to the Canon M50. I wanted to make a video on unboxing that and setting it up. Before we get into some of that content, if you like videos like this, you could go ahead, hit the subscribe button, let me know you were here. I like to talk things all music production. The only reason I'm doing a video on a camera is because this camera, the Canon M50, was kind of actually designed for content creators. I wanted to make a video on unboxing that and just some comparisons to my old Canon T2i. Before I get into that, you could actually follow me on Instagram at the.majormusic, as well as you could subscribe to this channel. I like to put out videos weekly, and also have the Major Music Lounge, which is a podcast for producers. Sometimes we have artists on there as well, but just to talk about their time and their experience creating music and being an independent artist or producer in 2021. Without much further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Why did I go with the Canon M50? It was a tough decision for me, for one. I actually looked also at the Sony ZV-1, which was also designed for content creators as well. Now, one of the things for me is I probably spent all week looking at comparison videos on YouTube and reading different articles. One of the reasons that I made my decision was I used the Canon T2i for about 9 years, and I know the interface really well. Probably coming off of that, most people would say, hey, well, why didn't you go with something even more advanced than an M50? I mainly shoot here. I might go out to like a performance, I may shoot somewhere outdoors, but for the most part, I keep it in the lab. I may occasionally do like some music videos. I actually shot quite a few music videos going all the way back to like 2012 on the Canon T2i. Most recently, the fake news video with M8, which is also on this channel. Check that out, by the way. But that was shot with the Canon T2i and the iPhone 11 Pro, which I'm shooting on right now as well. Throughout the video, more so towards the end, I'm gonna just do a comparison part. I will say about the Sony ZV-1, it was a tough choice. One of the other reasons I went with the Canon is I have 2 other Canon lenses with my Canon T2i that now I have to probably get an adapter from what I was reading, but I'll still be able to use my lenses. And you talk about creating content on YouTube, it just using different lenses and getting different vantage points kind of gives your video a different vibe, instead of just the standard straightforward video. And plus, I'm gonna still keep the T2i around as well, because I do want to get into some multi-angle shooting. And even after 9 years, this camera still served me really well. One of the other things is the Canon M50 actually. The Canon M50 actually will have about a 30-minute recording time. Now, also comparing that to like the ZV-1, from what I gathered, the ZV-1 will have more recording time at an hour, as to where the M50 has a half hour. Yeah, I mean, the main reason was to use my lenses, plus I know the Canon interface, and judging from a lot of other reviews, it's pretty split. I mean, I don't think maybe eventually I may get a ZV-1 if I decide to get another camera at some point. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and unbox. With some of the capabilities, also you can use this as a webcam from what I was reading for streaming like on YouTube. So here you got your strap again. Got a 15 to 45 lens, gonna try that out in a moment. Got your battery, got the charger for it, and here's the body of the M50. And you know, you got this screen that comes out like this, plus of course you can turn it forward. Now I like this a lot, only because I never had this before. Like if I go by the T2i here, it's this fixed screen. So this was actually, I think, a generation or two before they actually started making the movable LCD screens. Alright, so here's where you put in a battery, but I didn't just want to show that. It actually has the memory card slot right here for the SD card. A little bit different than on the T2i, is actually on the side of the camera here. So no big issue, just wanted to point that out. Now let's see, we can actually demonstrate. May have to charge this up for a little bit, we'll see. Alright, as I set it up, the touch screen is pretty accurate. I mean, it's not overly sensitive and it's pretty responsive. Let's go ahead and get on the lens. That might actually work. So you can see a side-by-side comparison as far as size right here. On the left is the M50. On the right is going to be the Canon T2i. It is going to be a difference in terms of size. Not too bad of a difference. You know, I'm not sure how much I'm going to notice it actually when I'm shooting. I mean, I guess you could say there were times when, because I usually go out and I bring my camera, I bring the tripod, and I usually set up shop, you know, maybe if there's a performance going on or something like that. I won't really say, you know, it was too much to carry around. Maybe at times it was, but you know, it didn't bother me too much personally. Alright, so this is actually my first footage from the M50. Also, not using the external mic, I'm just speaking directly. It's kind of cool to actually have this flip out screen right here to where I could see myself now, instead of having to start the T2i and I used to have to go behind just to see if everything was in focus and take a test shot. That's where this M50 does autofocus as well. So that was something. I know autofocus has probably been out for a while. I got that T2i, as I said, kind of when generations changed and they started using the fold out screens kind of like this. I'm gonna switch it up now and jump to the T2i video. Alright, now it's video from the Canon T2i, and again, there's no external mic. I'm just talking directly using the internal microphone from the T2i. And then also, to make it fair, this is the 18 to 55 lens, as to where on the M50 this is a 15 to 45 lens. So normally I actually, well, I ain't gonna say normally, but a lot of times on the videos that you see on YouTube, I'm using this 50mm lens on it. So it kind of also gives it that cinematic look. But now I'm just using the kit lens that came with it and doing a comparison as well. But you know, as I said, this camera served me well for almost 10 years. So you know, I got a lot of use out of it, and I'm gonna continue to use it, you know, with the M50 as well, for like multi-angle shooting and things like that. But I just wanted to do a comparison video just to kind of give you guys an idea as far as, you know, even if you may know someone that has a T2i that they probably want to sell, you might be able to find one for a good price. I'm, you know, as I say, gonna keep it around because I still feel it works pretty well. My only issue with it was, being an older camera, the sensor overheats, so you might be able to get a good 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes max of shooting in one session without, you know, not having it cut off in the middle of shooting. And that was one of the things as far as like shooting beat making videos and maybe content related videos talking about gear or software or whatever. I would get frustrated. It would take me a little bit longer to complete videos. So hopefully I won't have that issue anymore. It is going to be 30 minutes of continuous shooting on the M50 opposed to what you have on the T2i. So I just wanted to do that comparison of them together. Alright, so I'm coming to y'all back on the 11 Pro, and yeah, that was the unboxing of the Canon M50. That's gonna run $649 for anybody interested in purchasing the M50. And then also on the other side of that, again, if you can find a T2i, and maybe that's all you can use, you know, that's still a good camera as well. And then last but not least, don't sleep on using your phone for recording your YouTube videos as well. You may want to get an external mic, because again, that's what I'm doing here. This is 11 Pro video, and I actually have a IK Multimedia iRig mic video microphone, external shotgun microphone connected to this, which helps improve my audio. Now sometimes I may record into my Yeti USB microphone when I'm doing certain videos, but I prefer to use the shotgun mic because I don't have to align audio with the video, and it comes out much better sometimes as well. The iRig mic video I think comes out at like $99 or so, might be a little more, but there's also a mic from Shure that you can take a look at as well if you wanted a mobile microphone for your camera. I just wanted to do a short unboxing of the M50 and a comparison of the video between that and the T2i for any producers out there that come up, for any music producers that may come across this video, or you may be strictly into cameras and this may benefit you as well. Either way, I appreciate it. If you found this video useful, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Let me know you were here. Also follow me on Instagram at d._majormusic, or you can follow me on Twitter at d.mme. Let me know you're from the channel. I've been meeting a lot of y'all. Also appreciate everybody that's joined recently. We crossed over 1,000 subscribers to this community, and gonna start doing more live streams. I just gotta really find the right time to do these live streams, because people have been asking about it, but with my schedule and just doing a lot of the other things that I do, from just production, also being an artist, my 9-to-5 work schedule, and just life altogether, I gotta find time to do these live streams. So if there's any questions you have for me, feel free to leave them in the comments, and until next time, I'm out.